Hey guys, what's up? Drew here over at RevHiker Outdoors, and I've got something that's really cool, and I think is going to be much cooler when I actually get one that works. So what I'm talking about is this. This is the Renovo MUV, they call it. Okay, I've had this for a while, and I've kind of put off doing a video on it, and stuff happened, and I wanted to do it sooner, but anyway. Now's as good a time as ever. This is put out by Renovo, and this is a non-working prototype. They sent it to me, and they asked me to just check it out and see what I thought. And anyway, what they've done now is they just had a Kickstarter campaign that was they reached their goal, and now they're going above and beyond. But let me just give you a rundown of what it is. They've got 3 sections in this one. Okay. And you can see they've got like a single dot there for 1, and they've got the 2, and they've got the 3. And they all just kind of clip together with like it's about a quarter click, and it does this. And then that you've got different pieces that you can add, like a drinking top. They're going to have a straw attachment for it and some other stuff. Then there's one for the bottom. You get 2 of these. One is inlet, one is outlet, one's for the top, one's for the bottom. They've got caps for it. Here's the thing. Here's why they're going to be cool. You can buy one or all of the parts, and they're going to have pumps for it and all this different stuff. And I'm not going to get into all the possibles. I'm just going to go over the idea of this thing, which I think is really cool. The idea of it is that you can do viruses, bacteria, and the virus is a big thing. I see so many people, your filter here, it doesn't do viruses and blah blah blah. Well, so for some people viruses are a really big deal, and depending on where you are in the world, if you're traveling or doing some certain things, you definitely want that virus capability. So let me just read a little bit here to you about which each one of these does. So the MUV1, which is this top segment here, the smallest one, that is the activated carbon, not carbon fiber, carbon filter, excuse me. This is it's just activated carbon, okay, or charcoal, whatever you want to call it. And this is what takes out the chemicals, the heavy metals, and some sediment, stuff like that. The second one, this middle one, is what we all know from like Sawyer's or any other filter on the market. It's just those. It's the hollow fiber one. Okay, and then the third one is what some people are super interested in, and that is the viruses, and they call it their Nanolume. I think that's how you pronounce it. But anyway, it's really cool, and oh, let me do this. They say that the number 1, or the activated charcoal will do 150 gallons. The hollow fiber will do up to 100,000 gallons, which is kind of industry standard at this point. And then the viruses will do 90 gallons. That's a lot of gallons. I mean, when you start thinking about it, if you're going on a long trip and you're traveling, 90 gallons is a lot. It's going to take you a long time to go through that. So if you really need that virus protection, I think it's worth it. The price on these starts at 18 bucks. And 18 is, I believe you just get the number 2, which is the nano, or the micro tubes. And that's kind of industry standard too, right in the near 20 buck range for a good filter that's going to do your protozoa, your giardia, sediment, that kind of stuff. That's pretty much standard. But I think what kind of impresses me is, now, like I said, this is non-working. This is just like a 3D printed rendering of what it could do, what it will look like. But I like how this thing's put together. Even in its largest form, it's still slightly more bulk than a Life Straw, which really isn't bulky at all. And the other cool thing about this is, like the Oasis that I reviewed a while ago, again another prototype that I did, it comes with all these, so you can drop just one of these segments down into a bottle and have a hose going to it. You could put it in line on a hydration pack. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff that you can do. It's very versatile, and it offers a lot more than some other systems out there. And you know, for what you're getting, it's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, I'd be able to tell you a lot more about this if I was actually able to use it, and hopefully I will be getting one sometime in the future, because I think it's a really cool filter. And I am planning on a trip to India, in which case I would very much like to have the viruses and all that stuff be able to be filtered out. So I think for travelers this thing is really going to be good, and people that are doing backpacking abroad, or even in some places in the US, you know, with different kind of agricultural runoffs, you can run into some viruses and stuff like that. So anyway, I'd be able to tell you a lot more about this if I actually used it, but I think it has a lot of potential. This thing has the potential to just be awesome, to do a lot of really cool stuff. So if you are looking for that, you can find these guys on Kickstarter, or just, you know, search Renovo MUV filter, and I think you're going to be pretty pleasantly surprised, and especially with the price points beginning at 18 bucks, it's really not bad for a filter. So anyway, guys, that's about all I can tell you about this. I will put links to their website and to the Kickstarter and stuff like that if you want to find out more, but this is just kind of a first look at something that's not quite on the market yet. So hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you are looking for some virus and stuff like that, this could be the answer. Time will tell. If I ever get one in the future, I'll be able to really test it out and see, you know, what the flow rate and stuff like that is like. But they're going to have a lot of different options, and I think when I was talking to the company, they said, well, it's going to start at 18, and if you want the, you know, there's, like I said, there's going to be a ton of accessories. And, you know, you can go above the $100 mark with all the different stuff that you want to add to it. And that's kind of the beauty. You pay for what you need, and you don't pay for what you don't. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Go ahead and check these guys out, and I will catch you next time. God bless as always. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe.